back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline and I make new videos every week on a whole variety of things: lifestyle, beauty, adventure, all sorts of fun stuff, and I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I'd love if you subscribed and joined my little adventure family here. But today I'm going to go through a really quick makeup routine that I actually did quite a bit when I was home earlier this month. I found that I was on the go a lot and I needed something quick to kind of like pull myself together, but I didn't want to spend a ton of time doing it. And I had seen a lot of people here on YouTube do these like no foundation looks, and I was curious about it. So I kind of watched a few, see what they were kind of doing, and I found one that kind of worked for me. So I wanted to share that with you today. I do have like acne scars and stuff. You can kind of see the red marks and stuff on my face. So I do have a little bit more to cover than some people. Obviously, you know, this might not work for everybody. You might have more to cover. When I did this, I did have a few like big pimples on my face, and I found that it worked pretty well to cover those too. Obviously, my skin didn't look like flawless as if I would have worn like a foundation, but I found that it was good enough for me. I thought it pulled my skin together really well, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So my skin is already washed and prepped. I have my vitamin C, my sunscreen, a little bit of facial oil on, and that's all I'm going to do to prep my face. I'm not even going to use a primer. I think I have 11 products total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, 12. One of them is kind of a duplicate. I could probably get away with just one, but I'll explain why here in a second. And I only have 4 brushes. I'm going to use mostly my fingers. So the first thing I'm going to start with is concealer. So this is a double product that I have. The reason I have 2 products is because one matches my skin tone a little bit better to cover up like my spots on my face. But I'm sure I could probably just get away with the one. So the 2 concealers that I have is, the first one is a Clinique Line Smoothing Concealer. And it's in the shade 03 Moderately Fair. And I also have my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, which you guys have seen all the time. I'm obsessed with, and this is in the shade Fair. So what I'm going to do is, I have my mirror down here. I'm going to take the Line Smoothing Concealer from Clinique. I'm going to use that on like the spots where I need concealing on my face. I'm not going to put a lot on, just a little bit wherever I have a few spots, any red marks I might have, acne scars, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. And I'm going to put a little bit on my upper lip because my upper lip tends to be kind of dark. I don't know. I have a little mustache. It's fine. I'm just going to use my finger and just tap those areas out. So you can see it just kind of covers those areas up lightly, smooths out the skin a little bit. It's not going to look perfect, obviously, like I said, because I'm not using a full foundation. But it just gives it a little bit of coverage, a little bit of evenness. And you really don't want to spread that product out too much. I kind of just focus my finger like right on that area just to kind of smooth it out and blend it in a little bit more, but nothing crazy. So as you can see, it kind of just evened out my skin a little bit, made everything look a little bit more even. And then I'm going to take my Maybelline Age Rewind and put a little bit on that inner corner and under my eye. I'm going to put a little bit in the center of my forehead, a little bit on my nose. I'm not putting a ton on. This is just a little bit just to help highlight my face. And again, just with my finger, I'm going to blend those out. So I think when I did this like at home, I think it took me no more than 5 minutes. I was like running late for something and I was like, oh man, I need to, you know, pull myself together a little bit. So I did this and it took me no time at all. Obviously if I wasn't talking, it'd probably take me less time, but I don't think this video is going to be very long anyway, honestly, because this is not going to take me super long because I'm working as I talk. But yeah, so this just kind of helped highlight the face. Like you saw, I did not put a lot on at all, but it just kind of helped even out my skin a little bit more. Like I said, you probably could just use the Instant Age Rewind all over your face. I just like the little bit of extra coverage that the line smoothing concealer gives me because it's closer to my skin tone. So there, as you can see, I just kind of even out my skin a little bit where I need it. I left pretty much my cheeks. Most of my face is still uncovered with product. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a liquid or cream bronzer. So I have the Maybelline Fit Me Stick foundation, and this is actually in the shade Toffee. So it's a darker shade, but I find this is a good shade for me as a bronzer. So I'm going to put a little bit here. Not too much because I didn't put foundation on, so I don't need I don't need to darken up my skin too much. But just a little bit where I would normally put bronzer. And again, just with my finger, I'm going to blend it backwards. Just like I normally would a bronzer. And I find this stick foundation blends really easily with your finger too. The heat of your finger really helps warm it up, which is nice. And I like to do my bronzer before my blush and highlight. So if I need to add a little bit more concealer to it, like maybe I went a little too dark or a little, you know, put a little bit too much on, I can do that. So that's the reason I like to do bronzer after I do my concealer. If I need to add more concealer, then I can. I also have a little towel down below me, and I'm just kind of, if I need to wipe off any excess, I can just kind of wipe my finger off. And I put a little bit on my neck too because my face and my neck tend to be lighter than my body. So I want to make sure I look close. Like my face doesn't look too pale compared to my body. So it just gave my skin a little bit of a nice bronzed look, nothing crazy. And the next thing I'm going to do is a liquid blush. This is going to be the only blush I use actually. And this is my little e.l.f. Barely There blush. It's in this beautiful peachy shade. And again, I'm just going to use my finger. I'm going to kind of warm it up on my finger. And then I'm going to kind of spread the product between my two fingers. And then just tap that right there on the apples of my cheek and working backwards. I love this blush because it's like really easy to blend out. It looks like super natural. And again, if you get too much, you can always add a little bit more concealer. But it just gives you a really pretty rosy glow to your skin, which is nice. And then the final cream product I'm going to use is a liquid highlight. This is clearly loved because the label's like almost gone and I haven't had it that long. This is the Revolution Beauty liquid highlighter in Champagne. You guys have seen me use this a lot. I'm obsessed. So I'm just going to take the dropper and get a little bit on my finger. Whoops. I'm going to once again spread it between my two fingers. Tap a little bit on my cheekbones. A little bit on my forehead. And a little bit on my eyelids as well. And then just blend those out again. This probably might not work too if you have like oily skin. I do set it down with powder, which I think helps. But it's not a lot of cream products. I think you could probably get away with it. You just might need to set it down more than I do if you have oily skin. I have very dry skin. Even in the summer, it's pretty dry. So I find that this works for me. Gives my face a little bit of extra moisture. Alright, so that is all the liquid products done. As you can see, it just kind of evened out my skin tone, added some color, nothing crazy. So I am going to set this down, like I said. I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the shade 10 Fair Light. I'm just going to take what is ever in that cap. It's not a lot. Swirl my brush in there and then just kind of get it on my cheeks and my temples, because I am going to add some more bronzer and highlight. I'm not going to add any more blush because especially in the summer my face gets red anyway, so I don't feel like I need too much more blush. So just kind of setting the face down. I'm kind of avoiding like my middle area, like my nose and my eyes, just because I don't find I really need to set those areas. So that was brush number 1. I only have 4 brushes like I said. The next brush is going to go with my bronzer. I'm just going to warm up the skin a little bit more. I'm going to use my Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. This is in the original bronze shade. I know they have a few more shades now, but I find that this shade works well for my skin tone. So I'm just going to kind of get that on my cheeks and where I normally put bronzer, kind of using this to like warm up the blush as well. So I'm not being too precise with this. I'm not like looking to contour or anything. I'm just looking to warm up that skin a little bit more and add a little bit more color to my face. I might add a little bit down my neck as well. Alright, and then I'm going to take that same bronzer and with a little fluffy brush, I'm just going to get a little bit in my crease. I find this is a great way to add a little definition to your eye without having to use another product and without looking like you did a crazy eye look. Like you still look pulled together, but it looks natural and just gives you a little bit more definition. I really love using bronzer in my crease as like a single look, single product look. So I'm just kind of fluffing that in. Again, not being too precise, nothing crazy. Just want a little bit of color in that crease area. Alright, and then my final powder product is a highlighter. You can use any one you want. Today I picked up my Cover FX. These are their Perfect Light Highlighting Powers, and this is in the shade Sunlight. I love this powder. I just have a little fluffy brush. I'm going to get that where I put the liquid highlight as well. Like I said, I do have dry skin, so I love to pile on the highlight. I love highlight. It's my favorite, I think. Just kind of getting that everywhere. And I am going to take it and put it underneath my brow bone, on my inner corner. Kind of just get it everywhere on my eyelid as well. Just add a little dimension to my eyes. Again, not being too precise with it. This is such a natural highlight that I find I can kind of go wherever with it and it looks good. So that is the whole face done. I am going to spray my face down a little bit with some facial spray. This is the Mario Badescu facial one with the aloe and cucumber one. I love this one. I don't feel the need to get like a full setting spray with this. I just want a little bit to set down the powder. I don't think it looks super powdery in person, or it doesn't look really powdery, but I just like to set everything down a little bit. This is a good one, so just a little bit. Normally I go like super ham with the setting spray, but you know, like I said, I'm trying to be quick. So my last 2 products, I'm just gonna quickly do like everything else. I don't know why I said that. All right, anyway, so I'm gonna do my eyebrows next. I'm gonna skip pencil. If you have more to fill in, you might need, you might want to fill in. I don't have a lot to fill in, so I'm perfectly fine just going straight with a brow gel. And I love my Essence Make Me Brow because it has a great color to it. So I find that I can personally just kind of run this through my brows and it fills in just enough, sets them in place, that my eyebrows look like I spent some time on them. But so you can see the difference. It's just a little bit more filled in, a little bit more tamed. Like I said, you might have more to fill in and stuff. I am lucky I don't. So I can do this and it's fine. And I don't mind my brows not being filled in, so again, that's a personal preference. The other thing I like about this look is if I mess up my eyebrows or my mascara, I don't have to worry about like eyeshadow. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on a little bit of mascara just on my top lashes. I'm going to use my Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I love this one. It I think gives you like natural look, but it also really defines and makes my lashes look nice and long. You could also use brown mascara, always looks really good for natural lashes, natural days. Obviously, because you can tell you can't tell quite as much you're wearing mascara, but I don't mind if the one thing that gives away I'm wearing makeup is my mascara. So, because unless you have lash extensions, no one's eyelashes are gonna look like this. I mean, maybe if you have like super dark black, super long eyelashes, you will, but most people are not that blessed. I know I'm not. I think this part's probably the part that takes me the longest. And I got some on my lips. Alright, so that is it. That's the whole look. Super simple, like I said. Oh, I forgot one thing actually. So instead of doing a lipstick or anything, I'm just going to put on some Aquaphor on my lips. Keep them nice and hydrated. Nothing crazy. I love Aquaphor. Especially this the original one, not the lip treatment, the like normal healing ointment. I put this on my lips every night before bed. Oh man, does it save my lips sometimes, especially if I like forget to drink enough water. Stuff's great. But that's it. Like I said, super simple look, nothing crazy, but you can tell like it evened out my skin just enough that I look pulled together. I look like I have gorgeous skin, which is rare because I do have acne scars, like I said. But I love this look for like a quick, I need to get out the door, but I want to look pulled together sort of thing. I love that it doesn't involve foundation, because sometimes who wants to put on foundation and feel like you're just like caked on. I love that I didn't need a lot of brushes. I use my fingers a lot. This is something you could probably get like all drugstore things and make it a super cheap look, quick and simple. It's great for beginners, I think too. You know, you don't need a lot to look pulled together and nice if you want to put on some makeup to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you try it, please let me know what you use in your no foundation looks. I would love some great recommendations. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to join our family here. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I will see you in my next adventure. Bye!